Overall Setting Podcast. Overall Settings. You know you are the leader now. You're taking over with speed now. Overall Settings. Yes, you're on the go. Everybody want to watch your show. You're watching Overall Settings Podcast. Boom.
I'm feeling this aura. Yeah, that's the deal in this
live on Overall Settings.
You're the vice and to the world, ambassador to the universe, and we are representing Overall Settings.
Splash the artist, sing a splash. Yeah, man. Overall Set.
Your big respects to original Dan Raja, Apache Indian in the place. Catch me on Overall Setting.
This is Shining. I found out. So here what? As pertains to the overall setting. And for the main devices, you know, say a frostant from where you do the dose straight out. I'm watching the pips and represent the overall setting.
Hey yo, check this out. This is Anthony Cruz live and direct, and I'm here to tell you about the Don't Know Us Overall Setting scene.
This is Silver Cat, aka Iron Claw, and I will be on the Overall Podcast Setting.
From me see the face and hear the voice, them know say Rasta British, the true leader. I'll be featured live on Overall Settings Podcast.
Bonjour tout le monde. You know it's me, your girl Joe, now representing with the Overall Settings Podcast Show.
Hey, them know fearless wonder. I'm here represent the Overall Setting.
Catch me live on Overall. This is Jay right now, and you can check me out live on Overall Podcast.
Not gonna make them night.
What's put me the Salaman and Tigana Overall? Me like we coming some like boy a fire everything. Holy man a fire AK-47, but soldier man. Them a fire is the love.
What a go on, mama? You good? Just a check in, see if you're alright and thing. And take a time out to make you really know how me feel about you.
From younger days, a child abuse me got through. From sexual to physical, mental, the same abuse. None of this, the I and I choose. Life was a walk a mile in my shoe. Me did a bounce from place to place, waiting to see my daddy's face. I'm on me there foreign, so when me I got to know, some mama grown me. Never ever want to see you crying. What the tears from mama are. Mama love that cook for me. Mama grown me. Mama grown me. Never ever want to see you crying. What the tears from mama eyes. Mama, if you know, say me love you. I love you. I know things did a gone in on me head. Sometimes I wake up and I wish I was, well, dead. Real talk, real talk. But when I think about the things you done for me, how to cook and wash the things you taught me, me I feel credit you. Mama call me, mama call me. Never ever want to see, never want to see what the tears from mama eyes. Mama love better than cook food. Mama call me, mama call me. Never ever want to see you crying. What the tears from mama eyes. Mama, if you know I said I love you, I love you. Oh, I love you, mama. Me, I tell you. Oh, I love you, mama. I love you, mama. Never ever want to see you cry. What the tears from mama. Mama, love better than good food. Mama, I love you, mama. you done for me. How to cook and wash the things you taught me. Me have to credit you. Mama grow me, mama grow me. Never ever want to see. I never want to see what it is from mama. Mama love better than good food. Mama grow me, mama grow me. Never ever want to see you cry. Never ever what it is from mama. Mama, you been know some me love you. I love you. You know who this is? CEO, you know?
Yes, people, and I don't know the chefs. Overall settings, the podcast that differs, and we differ in many ways. One of the ways where we different in idea is, when I normally do interview on them there, I say, so it has to be a very, 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 very exceptional, special occasion. I say, and when you have some people where I put CEO back at them name, you kind of figure just clear off your desk and just say, yo, here you are, God. And that's a thing there. Today's guest, trust me, is a person where has a very rich music history. I'm actually born in it, so I'm get it honestly. I'm inherited. I say, from the very early days, coming from a musical background, the name Tommy, Thomas may ring a bell to many people. I say I'm a group by the name of the Chantels who were recording from in the early 70s. They had a very short stint within the music business, but it was very effective. I say, and effective to the point where it basically drop. What them say, we drop off our head, fall upon shoulder. So, even if their legacy as a group did not continue, it kind of is a trickle down effect going right now. To a man, we are bringing so much to the business where the item probably don't even get to hear about. So, our objective is to try to bring that to the forefront today. So, without further ado, a very warm, unusually exceptional warm welcome to the man, the legendary Chris Thomas, the CEO. Wagwan, brother.
Gosh. Oh gosh. You know what you do. You know what you do to me right now.
I wanna.
That introduction, we can't walk go nowhere now, without security,
Wagwan, brother, wagwan.
Yo, I'm here with you, man. Yo,
Right.
I'm just right now. It's a privilege, me. I say for being at the High Graces right now on your program right now. What I say? Right, because you is a buzz in the streets right now. You know what I say? So starting off, just give you just 5 seconds, and you are the thing right now.
Wow.
Everybody and from the CEO says so, I saw it going on.
Yeah, man, give thanks to that, man. Give thanks to that. I mean, it's Tornado, big up Nado anyway in there. Yes. Phenomenal artist. I tell everybody that I tell everybody that this journey that we're on is a spiritual journey. And it has attracted some people who the public probably don't know about, but who are equally as effective within the music business, but probably not as known, a little more inconspicuous. Everybody that I've had the opportunity to bring over here, or that the spirit has aligned me with, has a storyline that ties back into something that's either changed the culture or, basically trend, have made their contribution to some of the biggest songs that the public has ever heard, and without this platform, a lot of people probably would not have known that they even had been involved, you know, in these situations, because, you know, you have a little thing when your ego where kind of comes into play a lot of times, and, you know, a person probably don't remember, or is a misconception somewhere along the way where they don't, you know, acknowledge the people who actually made sometimes even the biggest contribution in it all. Your contribution to this business, based on, you know, what I know, you know, and not what I believe or not what I research, but based on what I know, is a very major contribution. You know what I mean? So hopefully, you know, after this particular interview, some people can get a better understanding of why the moniker CEO is added to your name, why you're different from every other Chris Thomas in the world. You know what I say? You know what I mean? You know, because we need to distinguish all of these things. So I think it would be most formidable to kind of start from, you know, your early days. You know what I mean? Like I said, your father being a part of this very illustrious music industry. You know what I mean? From an early day. And like I say, even though his contribution was kind of short-lived within the form of a group, it obviously benefited you and a lot of other people who was probably influenced by his contribution. So, you know, tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, it's like, as far as I can remember, the most magical thing, when I use that word, that effect that caused me to be here, is hearing the tune or a melody of a guitar on the veranda, they practicing.
Right.
You know, and hearing it. I can still remember there was a program in Jamaica called Weird Sat. You remember that?
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
Weird Sat. So what happened is that I remember they were supposed to be scheduled to perform on Weird Sat, and Weird Sat was the thing to be on that program in Jamaica. I think at the time they called it JBC.
Mm-hmm.
And in the neighborhood that we live, the community that we live, it was a big deal for them going on. But I never understood it. I never understood it really. And then seeing my father and the group members, the Chantels, you know, having a routine that the performance on the show and the effect it had with people, you know, like it was phenomenal to me. It was phenomenal, and it caught my eye. And overall, it's like I tell myself, say, you know, it is something that I wanted to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
It just, you know, some other things along the way did eventually push me there, but I knew right then and there when me did want for me. And anybody that know me will tell you this. There's a couple people that will see my progress and actually say they're not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't the kid that wanted to be a fireman and now I'm a doctor.
Right.
You get me? Everybody knew it's music I'm going to entertain. If anything is maybe my entrepreneurial projects that I did on the side, that is surprising to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but in terms of music or entertainment in general, it was definitely going to happen. I just keep moving. The difficulties, the hardship, we deal with it. It comes alike, but I stay true to what I'm doing and committed to what I'm doing.
So was your dad or any of his band members or any of your other family members aware of your interest in music early on, and did they make an effort to make a contribution to your cause where they kind of against it? Because I know a lot of children, even if their family are within music, you know, we try to exemplify or instill in our children that education is the key. And, you know, with his career kind of coming to an abrupt end because of some very unfortunate circumstances as a group, was he instrumental in your interest in music, or was it just more of
it was done indirectly?
Okay.
There was it wasn't done through a conversation between father and son that says, this is what you're going to do and I'm going to help you.
Mm-hmm.
It was done indirectly from being, as a young man, being in his environment, being around him.
Mm-hmm.
So being around him gave me access to studios, artists, some of the biggest names in the industry. So I was being drawn from that aspect.
Right.
I remember a stern talking that him they give in terms of getting a job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? As a young man coming up 16, 17. So guess what this job him get me?
What?
At RJ.
Oh, wow.
I was working at RJ, my first real job, and was to press records.
Wow.
You understand me? So still I was being sent in that direction still. And it was from his prospect, me just go learn something, go get something done, you know? And still I went to RJ physically pressing records, them man, the wax I burn up my finger, them man, and all of these things going through but learning the process.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? So it was training grounds from there. You know what I'm saying? It was the journey from there. Then from there, then we went to school and we meet up fellow peers of ours that were also in the industry, like John.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jammy's son. You know, we went there, we meet up with them, and he's like, in my mind, he is a young man and a produce or theme father make him produce Jammy's son, King Jammy's son, you know? And, so we then try to encourage that now to do something for myself. So we started literally have access to studio, have one and two people that come around to the studio and things like that. So we start doing my producing too. You know what I'm saying? And then realize the reality now of the process behind leaving the studio, coming together, the artwork, to put it together, have the product. Now me I walk now, and this is a real talk. I walk now from uptown, crossroad, downtown, go to this little place, I climb up on one high step to leave records there upon consignment and hope that something sell for come back. You know what I'm saying?
What a thing when you want it, man. What a thing when you want it, brother.
Yeah,
when you
man.
want it. So and so you started. Production was probably your earliest exposure to the music, then basically. So before you became an artist,
really. Actually, before that, the community I hail from is Starlights in Spanish Town. And there was a community there. In that community, we started. I can proudly say I'm proud to be one of the founding members of the Police Youth Club in Starlights.
Wow.
So what happened is that we had to raise funds for the community.
Right.
And in raising funds, my forwardness sometimes, and I present myself even as a youth man, and getting around to people, I find myself being ushered into the era of, okay, then we're gonna keep on a fundraiser for the community or for the elders. We need one MC. So I was in the meeting one time and said, we need somebody to electrify them, man. We need somebody to do a thing like reaching out to all the massive and all the crowd says speed into me, it got to be, So everybody said, wait, are you the man? I say, what you mean? Let me say, your voice. I say, what? Let me say, do it again. I say, reaching out to all the massive.
Yeah.
So that energy that just take on a life of its own. We realize, and guess what happened? I get a high on how it made everyone else feel.
Wow.
Because there was so my brother, my spiritual brother and my friends from the LB crew, Marvin and Marvin Slater would have said to me, say, try that thing there again. Try somebody else. You know what I said?
Right.
So you have to believe fundamentally in our people.
How many blows that?
You know what I said? So impersonation, actually, it would be unfair of me not to mention that was a part of it as well. You know what I say?
Right.
So, you know, it started out. So now me I MC parties.
Mm-hmm.
Now other people in the community now start to invite me to come MC for them party.
Wow.
Right. So that's where it started happening now till I end up now as in we going now to the school vibe now. You know what I'm saying? And start going to school now. Started out with the whole football energy. But while I was there, the school me there got camper down I, you know what I'm saying, and Wayne Wonder them did there. I got a camper down them time there. So now me start to get as me getting older and I move around, you know what I'm saying, until we get into some musical people now that are icons today, you know what I'm saying? Right. We started a group called SAC, right? It's a team of 3 of us, Scissors. Scissors sounded like pinchers, emulated pinchers. Aquaman emulated like the Ninja Man. And me, you know, Chrissy D at the time, because that was the first name, Chrissy D. So Scissors, Aquaman, Chrissy D, SAC. So now we started out with an idea to sing, rap, DJ, because I was imitating the Shining persona. Right? So, but we all did original materials.
And this is all while you're in Jamaica?
All the time while I was in Jamaica.
Okay, all right.
So what happened now, we start to do that now, and that seemed like something that will bear fruit now because we linked up with a artist and a well-known industry player named Bobby Smith. And we used to back up sing. He took us under his wing as backup singers. But always, I said, we're not a backup singer. That we just say, but him there tell me some things, say, listen, this is just a way to get in on the system. You know, and while him having us doing these backups, I'm sure, but it led us to being on stage now, on another level now. And we're coming in the paper now. I remember our first time in the paper. You want to hear the caption?
What that?
Bobby Smith performed a wonderful performance at the Junction Lounge. And listen to this. And how the other 3 sound good.
So you got an early dose of what this business is really about, which is what I said at the opening of the show.
Right.
The people who actually are doing the legwork become hindsight. So you know you got a very early dose of that.
Oh gosh, I got a quick dose of it, man. So we tell everybody, you know, the whole neighborhood, everybody, you know, Aquaman was from Waterhouse, Scissors was another section in Spanish Town, and myself. We telling everybody we're expected for coming at the paper. So look out for a name. And they refer to us as the other 3.
Wow.
You know, and it was like, wow. It was, but still, we run with it proudly. We stay humble because we never hesitate to break down to people. Say the other 3 name such and such, and I explain myself. Say I'm me, a part of the other 3.
Right.
You understand me? So
right.
Within the other 3 then now, we team up with another person now because Aquaman as a DJ now, and in hail from Waterhouse, he was also a part of another group or a duo, should I say. So while in parading as SAC, he had on the dancehall section now, him and this other guy now, we had do some songs together. We're out there where, you know, this for you now, overall settings, real talk, you're the first person hearing this information, you know.
Wow.
What me about to say, yeah.
Exclusive.
Right, exclusive.
Yeah.
Because that person now that he used to be a duo with, that is actually recordings out there and all of that with, is now Beenie Man today.
Oh, wow.
The king of the dancer.
Wow.
So it's Aquaman and Beenie Man. To those who don't know the history, or if you do know, Beenie Man was actually a duo with Aquaman. Right? And to testimony on that, even the song, one of the songs together, that immediately band because they did the song. You remember the song New Name for the Caribbean did them ba 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 ba
That's
ba
true,
ba
man. Yeah,
Bunny
man. Yeah, man.
Whalers.
Yeah, man.
All right. Remember that song there? And
Yeah, man.
they banned it because Bunny Whaler, that song was done when Bunny Whaler got booed at the stadium. So they had banned that out of respect for him and things like that. You know what I say?
Right,
So
right.
you know, so that was the whole energy coming up where we are do the music now, and then we'll meet up with the ghosts and the culture them and all these people that are presently stars today. You know what I'm saying?
So you made quite a trad through the music before you even migrate. You know what I mean? Cause me not even know say you do so much things before you even that's crazy. You know what I mean?
It's enough work was done, man. Enough leg work, enough work was done in the streets. As far as we trying, it's not me trying to garner what is our parade in what's going on just now or just recent. It was energy, work, commitment from back then, and we are trickle and a trackle because everybody have a different understanding of what success is. For me they feel like I'm successful.
Right.
In my head, you know what I'm saying?
To accomplish all that you did in those early days, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, even becoming to the point where even if you were the other three, there was millions who didn't even get the opportunity to make it to that point. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly. For me,
mm-hmm.
I would come from Spanish Town when we carry water for my grandmother if she want a drink or need to take use for the household or take a bath. To being in the hotel in Kingston because me perform a junk in the lounge and we have to check out early in the morning. So for us now, my friend them see me as a star because at the hotel me spend the night. You know what I'm saying? You know, and we working with Dan King. You know what I'm saying? That's how that opening up for her or team to, and you know what I'm saying? Gary Payne them and you know what I'm saying? Pine. Right. So you know, from them time there, you know what I say? And everybody who don't know is like my playground was actually the mixing lab.
Right.
You know what I say? And everybody who does know say, say the ground where everybody come. Mixing lab recording studio. You understand? So through my father now, was able now to get in, you know what I say? And meet up and where we call it now. We never did know that name there back then, but it was the networking. It was the networking, meeting up people, and I said, boy, and a bigger artist for come and we ready, man. You know what I said? Sing on a track here and thing like that. In terms of my direction now as an executive or as a producer, I think I blame Beanie Man for that. Right, because we would go on interviews, and when we go on interviews, auditions. So Beanie Man and Aquaman would be like, Chris, you talk to them. You act like the manager. But through me, I do the reaching out to all the massive and the crew. It come naturally. You know what I say? So it was easy to walk up and say, yeah, we here, we're young artists and we're trying to make it out there, you know what I say? And then we don't just gravitate to the whole energy to see them youth and them school uniform, just come up and I talk to them like that. And then we don't get the audition now to show stuff in front of these artists, in front of these producers and stuff like that. So me end up having a love for the executive side of things now. What is going on behind the scenes. And so as an artist, that did kind of get pushed behind. You know what I'm saying? But it was still being shown, which we end up finding out later on and where I'm at now, that even when I was producing, but it's still a co-write, I give an idea, arrangements, stuff like that, which was still signs that, listen, King, yes, you're for there. But I wasn't sometimes you are being pushed or bounced left, right, and center to find your real, when them say your real chi.
Yeah, man.
Where it need to be.
Your niche, yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. You know what I mean? you know, my sentiments exactly. And I mean, when I embarked on my music career at the age of 17, I thought that I was going to be the next big, whoever was big at that particular time. And it spent me here and spent me there. And then ultimately, here I am on a platform, you know, feeling as comfortable as can be. And if you would have told me that when I just embarked on my music career, that I would be conducting interviews with artists and executives and people from all over the world, I'd probably laugh at you. You know what I say? So, you know, it's like when, which is, you know, it's basically when a pioneer embarks on a journey to go, you know, after a certain achievement or, you know, to obtain a certain thing. A lot of times what happens is you embark on something altogether different, but it still comes right back to the core of things. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So sometimes I'm being asked in interviews in terms of if any regrets. In frustration, being a real person, frustration, there are times that I might have regrets about different areas. But then when I relax the energy now and really pre what happening, I'm like, everything is happening for a reason. I was being placed at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Because it may have not happened for me where me that expect, but me end up helping others. Me end up doing for others. Me end up being a part of the greatness. You know what I'm saying? I work as something that I've always shared with other people, like my relationship with the late Bunny Wailer. And he would say to me, Chris, don't be surprised or shocked sometimes that you're always in the company of greatness or the stars. It's because you're a star yourself. And it you know, that carries weight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it carry a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying? And
very profound words. Very profound.
Very. I carry them with me. You know, thought that, you know, sleep in peace, Jabby. You know, he was a mentor to me. Enough things him teach me about the business.
And an icon to the world. You know,
an icon to the world.
So to have, you know, like I said, to come from a place where your dad, you know, you got it honestly, and then some of the names that you name, you know what I mean, are, you know, these are not just like run-of-the-mill people. Like everybody that you've named thus far has made a significant contribution to this business. You know what I say? From Wayne Wonder to Beanie Man to John to, you know, obviously Bunny Wailer, you know what I mean, your dad.
Beanie Man, Ninja Man, I used to manage Ninja Man, Merciless. I work with Taurus Riley. I work with I mean, it's a journey, you know what I'm saying? And because I would consider myself an unsung hero, there are people around me who are unsung to, like Aquaman. You know what I'm saying? Aquaman, that they contribute to the industry and nobody is knowing, you know, because the industry for the Jamaican, for the reggae genre or dancehall genre, to be specific, they're more with the hype. And that's what they know. You know what I'm saying? If you can create that hype thing there, but them don't see Wagwan. I hear your works. And when I hear your works, I'm in shock.
Brother, you know the crazy thing, the crazy thing about that, because we've had the opportunity to work with some of the same people. And big up Andel Tucker anyway.
Big up Andel Tucker.
Obviously Sly and Robbie.
Sly and Robbie, yeah.
But you know, being in a studio in Kanjehaki, and I had went to Jamaica and I work with all of the best. Rest in peace, Bobby Digital, Donovan Germain, Silgard, and me go on like this whole, me record like at least 20 songs in the space of 2 weeks.
Right.
I loved how it felt because it was my first time going to Jamaica as an artist, and now I'm in the midst of greatness. King Jam is the whole of them, and not only am I like vicing, but like it's everybody that's around me is like in awe, like, yo, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So I thought that, because, everything is a collective, Chris. Because if you notice, a lot of people fail to understand that there's no iron team, So at the end of the day, you can be very ambitious, but everything that you've said thus far, you still attribute that to people's contribution to your cause.
Yes.
You know
yes.
what I'm saying?
It's important.
Right. A lot of time when you get ego driven, especially when you're young and you're just a maverick, you feel like, all right, me have the talent now and me go to Jamaica, but me not remember say somebody did send me go down there and make certain contact for me and
right.
Me try out half of my own the next time and me try go link the said people them where did blown out of the water when me do my thing and them literally sweep me off of the sidewalk. Yo, I will send you. And my boy said, I said, no, but you don't know me, And the man said, all right, you don't know the shape. So anyway, long story short, I came back to Jamaica just to like give some credence to what you're saying. Came back from Jamaica and Sly Dunbar was in the studio in Kanjahakin making tracks for me. And him said, Sly, very humble and
Yeah.
So you did get
quite demeanor.
You define what you look for when you go down so rude, boy. I was like, boy, what's your Sly? But I'm gonna lie now. You think the kind of set away still. Him say, yo, I'm gonna show you this. And this is something like how Bunny look on you and say these profound words. This is something that lives with me. I'm gonna look straight in the camera so every artist can hear this. You know what I say? Sly looked at me and said, bro, I'm sitting here making tracks for you. Every last one of these tracks that I made has your name on it. And if you go to Jamaica and you sell 2,000 records, you'll probably be the biggest thing Jamaica ever see. How much record do you have to sell in America to be the biggest thing America ever see? And when him say it to me, I said, John, I must say, brother, now run down that height there.
Right.
Create one of us, just continue work, and you exemplify that, Chris.
Blessings.
You exemplify that. You know what I mean? Because like I say, you align yourself with the right people. You know what I mean? Some of them, were divinely placed there in your life from very early on. But you obviously have a knack for.
And it comes with its own challenges as well, because having the experience from early, as you just mentioned, right? It causes you to build up an exterior, a wall also. You know what I mean? Because you know what you're doing. You feel like I've gone down this road, it never did work, and so on. So what happens is that when you're working with other people that don't understand that has never experienced that, them end up thinking that maybe you're being either harsh or you're being a know-it-all, or you know what I'm saying? And it clashes with the personality in the industry. And that's the frustrating part of the business for me. The frustrating part of the business is when you want to do business. You know what I'm saying? Because people forget music, business. That's why the media have to understand that. At one point, we'd have to take a time out from actually producing to understand and go learn the business, getting the right people. At one time, I roll deep with a lot of people in my camp, and guess what? Not everybody in the camp, where roll with me, want to open up them own a label. So them I do them own a thing within my thing. You understand me? And it a clash, and you going through these transitions. Somebody would have said to me, say, I remember one person made a remark like, how we aren't stronger or more powerful right now. And I explained to them that it is 5 of us and we are all scattered when we hold out the hand like this. But if we come together and do this, it carry a stronger blow.
Yeah, man.
But if everybody else do them own a thing, you know me I saying, and mind them own a business and now focus on the thing, it couldn't come together. At one time it thinks that the thing I go blow out of the water, big and major, because of my association and what me I do. And then that same little thing there where me either let down my guards to let people dictate, you know, against what my true experience is and knowledge of what me see happening over the years. You understand me? So now me have that exterior now where, listen up, I saw it go, this is how we are doing it, and I saw, and it worked.
Right.
It worked.
Right.
You know what I say? And to those who not understand it, them retaliate in terms of which me feel like them just showing them weaknesses, and maybe probably that is how you get to shuffle the deck so you know who to get rid of.
Yeah, man.
You understand me? Or who need to leave.
And sometimes when you walk within the spirit, well, most of the time when you walk within the spirit has a way of either having people show their true colors or just removing them from your circumference so you can continue to navigate through, if you get the
Right.
mention. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I started this podcast with 7 to 8 people around me. And you see who they are right now. And manners and respect to each and every one.
Every one of them, yeah.
Right. No hard feelings, you know what I mean? Because we could not, like, that they were a part of the portfolio, but it's like some people just dead if it just go a certain distance with you. You know what I mean? And then you have to just move on.
Just let it go. Somebody so we don't say my own any hard feelings, even with the artists that we've worked with and all that. And I said I would say this. I'm a stand by it, and I want to use the opportunity now to even say that it's there. That if them ever see it, if I am wrong in what I'm doing, or is it me still I do the music and them not do it?
Right.
You understand me? If you didn't make you shouldn't leave, then go to another label and then get big. That's how it goes.
Yeah, man.
So me not see that happening.
Exactly.
So and me still there. So and me have the numbers them now. And me have the views them now. And me I travel. You get me? And me not mean that boastfully, but we are talking about the reality. So when me I talk, me know where me I come from. You understand me? In opposing to somebody who ever argue with me, we don't even travel or go the journey when me I do. And don't get it wrong. I've learned that some people, we get up in the morning, right? Clean up the house. And when they clean up the house, and night come, them eat, them go to them bed. So you talk to that person say, boy, you know how much work me do today? Yeah, you understand me? Until you talk to somebody who say, me get up in the morning, me have to go a bush, go chop down this, go to the market, dig up that. Somebody is actually a work harder than you. So when you think so you really a work hard on your craft, you're not even start move yet.
Exactly.
You understand me? But it's a relative thinking. That person that feels that them have got hard. You know, a fellow artist we spoke to recently, in which he's supposed to get his video done, and we had a reasoning with him and said to him, say, don't approach us. I said to him, say, you just want your video, so we do it. How about go get part of the money, make an effort, show we the energy, say you want this, and we come meet you halfway.
Exactly.
Yeah, you understand me? And his response, and I must take off my hat to him, salute him too, is that a real talk, thank you, you empower me.
Yeah, man.
You understand me?
Man.
Well, you empower me. So as some me talk now ends the whole terminology of we're CEO, like people we talk and say, well, me learn this, and me myself I learn from them too. But it's like I really do have an endeavor to see how we can try to help people get the right way of thinking and how them approach business. Because let me tell you something. I think a little bit of deal close when we say that we lose out on the business because of lack of knowledge, lack of understanding of what going on. And a little bit of time we see it happen because we just the arrogance. You understand me? A recent situation I had, we sent an artist in Jamaica. He did a song, I produced a song with a major superstar, and we sent him, we gave him an opportunity to be with the star, which is the biggest thing that ever happened to him. And we sent him a release form. You hear what I just say? A release form. him have everybody call us that we gave him a contract and a contract. I said one leaf, one page. And then when we call him to explain it now, him have around 10 man in the background. I said, yo, them boy, they, you know. And then them, yeah, man, I saw them stay, man, them producer, they love Robot man. And it's like, you can't get them to understand, say, yo, even Google it.
Yeah. Yeah,
you
brother.
Understand me?
Brother, me hear a story about a particular artist, formidable artist, well effective artist down in Jamaica, get a call from an international artist in America who they want to collab with him. And when I'm step at him answer the phone, I say, yo, the G I play FIFA, you know. You got to wait till the G don't play FIFA. You know, see? So it's like those type of mentality, and you know, it's like the way my creative process, Chris. Me not really think about music. Music is a thing where me know for a fact say it choose me. So most of what come to my mind is what come down from a higher power. And me just make that energy channel through me. And when me see situations like that, it's like words like these come to my mind. We are our own worst enemy, battling down we own self with this negative energy. I say, hey, we need more positivity to transcend through the ghetto youth so they can have a better liberty. So it's like ignorance is bliss sometimes, and a lot of times when you see these, like you said, these people spite them own, you know, them chop off them nose, spite them face, and you know certain things.
All the time. I have a recent encounter with an artist that has the potential to really soar in their field, and their approach to things in which, like, it's like you know value the connection. You know before this artist exploded, as they say, in regards to our dispute, them now say, you know something like this man here, always call me and give me some work, you know, and pay me. I'm getting an income. You know me, I say, we are work, you put out the music, you now put none of them factors ahead. You know me, I say? And you go with the arrogance, you know, and to tell you the truth, it is one of the reasons why we are seldom in all of the genre them. We're the least signed, you know.
Yeah, man.
We're the least signed genre out there, because the people them don't want to deal with that. These major companies can't bother with them. You know me, I say? Them the foolishness where them have to deal with them, not understand it. So here what them try to do now. Them try to get somebody who connected to the culture to go deal with it. But then the one they might have them ulterior motive themselves.
Right. Yeah, man, I really talk, my general. That is very true.
So this is my plan moving forward. It is said, you know, like Noah only could have saved 8. You get me?
Yeah.
If they tell them about the flood and all of these things, and boy, nobody never did that listen, yeah, man. So him just decide now, so boy, make me just save 8 and keep it moving. So you save who you can, you understand me? And you help who you can that is before you, and you do as much good as you can, as far as, you know. But, you know, if it's sometimes you have to let it go, you let it go and you keep it moving.
In life, you know, brother, just in every facet of life, not even just in another line of work where we in you learn very quickly that you will never please all the people all the time. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like you say, you do as much as you can. A lot of people want to take on this tall task of, you know, and I'm one of those people who have a very difficult time saying no, because I always feel the need to help and want to help, you know what I mean? And a lot of times I will go without in order you know, for stand by my word. Once we put something out into the universe, you can best believe, yeah, may I commit to it. It might not happen on the appointed time, but that is just, you know, this just me. You know, and like you said, a lot of times you can't when you have a genuine effort and your heart is willing, you know what I mean, and you really give without ever expecting anything in return. If you help one person and make a positive difference in one person's life, then hence you've made a difference within the world. So there's no sense for you to try to take on the tall task of changing the world, or, you know, my little platform. The objective behind this is, like me tell you from early out, to change the narrative. You know what I say? It doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to change everybody's perception, you know, of how artists like us or people like you should be perceived. But if I can change one person's perception of it, then hence I've already
mission accomplished. To add to that, and understand also that not everybody are gonna see a mission.
Right.
Not everybody are gonna agree or see it. And you see, we give an earlier shout out to a man like Andel Tucker, you know, right? Because I can remember in a conversation again, like, I would be asked, what is your favorite Michael Jackson song? Right? And I would choose Thriller, Bad, Beat It, any one of them. And I was told to go on YouTube right now, look for that song. And when you look for that song there, notice you're going to see how many people like the song. And there's another section there, how many people dislike it. No, you wonder to yourself now, say, who dislike Man in the Mirror? you understand me?
Yeah,
there's
man.
People that even when you do the good, or the song sound great, or the works where you do that is great, is going to dislike it. You just have to understand that meds they say are just, and sadly,
Brother,
it's just true.
You can't sit on your house. Don't trouble nobody. Or the boy that go like him too nice, you know, he be a deal up with me.
All right. You understand what I say?
A fool that, you know, him just a stay in your house and I hear that. You know, so, you know, it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Damned if you don't.
Right.
I was on a platform on Instagram, one of them famous popular platforms on Instagram, doing a live. And they were questioning me about some issues concerning the music business and all of that. I mean, me tell you something, you know, start see the art, them a go up on everybody. I said, damn, you know, I'm knowledgeable about this thing here, you know. And the host, I said, you know, thank you for shedding light on the information that you're giving. I mean, I feel good about it. And me see the arts, them a go up, and the compliments a go up. And then from nowhere, I'm going to see somebody just come in with a compliment, just say, give me a blue tick. And what if you go do to your mother? Out of the blue.
Wow.
Me I talk about something positive.
Wow.
Progressive. Wow. And it's not done this neither. Yeah, people are LOL, dead with laugh. And I'm going at that thing they know. That means actually have company, he or she. You understand me? Actually have company in the negative. You understand me? Till people have said, don't even pay that no mind, that no start. So while we are talking something positive, it got distracted by people with the negative that sometimes come in. But we can't watch that. You understand me? Because that not fuel me. Me I concentrate on the one where they send up the art. You understand me? And then me I concentrate on. And me I concentrate. And the ones them that never dare send up the art, that don't know Chris Thomas the CEO, it is my endeavor. Me I tell you that. It is my endeavor to get you to get to know me. Because my job that. You know me I said? Because me confidence if I 10 song, me do. And you not like all of them. You're going to make a 11 song, you know. Until we get it. You know me I say? And I that's it then.
So, you know, before we leave Jamaica, who were some of the artists that you had the opportunity to produce before you left Jamaica?
Before, one, the production started with me hanging around my team members, SAC. They started a label called Our Choice.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened is that they were actually producing some artists and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so as I said, that's a part of the training too. So with them on the road with them, I carry record and I do distribution.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what I said.
Mm.
When as it pertains to physically, did I produce before? No.
Okay. So
No.
you're dabbling into production. Actually started.
You're right.
America. Okay.
The actual labeling now and the stamping of the brand, which was Power Mix Records.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what most people are probably familiar with me with, because it's Power Mix Records. So that started now when I migrated here. I came 94, and we started up. I started up Power Mix Records probably 2000.
Wow. So just a 6-year span here, and you were already hitting the ground running. And
all right, and during that, before the actual starting of the label, we were still dabbling, because then remember, you know, we affiliations is with the Beanie Mans and so on. So they were traveling up, you know, so with them amongst them, with them on the road with them. So we still have a techie in Wagwan, you know what I'm saying? Then I started having certain type of influential business partners, them, you know, I said Junior Burton, and that is how I get in contact now with the whole Reggae Carry Fest shows and stuff like that. So by then, it did make sense now for me to launch my label because of the resources now that I now have behind me.
Right.
You know what I said?
So some of the earlier artists that you produced with PowerPoint were people like
Power Mix.
Sorry about that.
Power Mix Records, yeah. We put out the first album that was out was a Love and Justice album, which had the likes of Vibes Cartel, Luciana, Caution, Anthony B, Anthony Cruz, Alcatraz. You know, it was a various artists with, you know, various megastars that was, you know what I said, that was a part of that project, which was the first album and was released with Warner Electro Atlantic.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, you know, it was my first album being distributed by a major. So we saw that as a big accomplishment in itself. You know what I'm saying? So you know, so big up to the Power Mix team, you know, Anne-Marie, Harrigan, my partner, you know, Lawrence Renville, you know. I have to give a shout out to the people that didn't make it up, man. The people that was with us with the movement. Again, I mentioned Aquaman again, you know what I said? And the entire Power Mix crew, you know what I said? But there were people there that, as I said, because even with Aquaman, when he comes around, he remind me of the origin. So you keep it locked in. You know what I said? You keep it locked in what you're doing, your journey, and what you're trying to accomplish. So that's when it started with that, and it just start move on from different various artist projects that I put out. You know what I'm saying? I released a project also with Deli Ranks, and you know, Deli Ranks was also on the projects too, and stuff like that. Till later on, it morphed into, I was trying to build my own team now, my own camp now, where production will start going out with them on singles. And you know, as I said, life I guess got involved because some of them either give up. You know, well, I say give up now because I'm not doing it now. You know what I'm saying? Right. I did a whole album with an artist, and right as the album done, him want to join the army.
Wow.
Finish up the album, ready to go. I did an album with another artist, say, yes, we're going to lock the place now. Guess what happened? He changed his name. And in all of the song, he call him name.
Wow.
You know what I say? So these are, you know, these are things that was encountered, that we get encountered with, you know. Then going back home now, because now, as the term is, me are the man now. So me I go down now musically. And that's when I went down there and started to sign artists now and actually bringing them up. and taking it now to another level. You know what I'm saying? And as we said, we get so close to greatness all the time. One of my artists them that came up, I get a phone call say, look up, he's on the David Letterman show. I say, what? The David what? Them said, Chris, go watch it right now. When we go, the artist, I see my artist on the stage in a one different, using a different name.
Wow.
On the David Letterman show, performing with the biggest rap star in the country, the #1 rap artist. And I'm like, it created its own issues back then. And I could have legally taken certain type of actions, but we me say, something, there's an opportunity that opened for him. And although it wasn't right, let him do him thing. Let's see what it manifests itself into. Because maybe if it manifests itself into something that maybe later on something more fruitful could become of it. You know what I say? But I mentioned that to say there's so much of we put in the work. But and I hear Vega say it already. Vega said the amount of people when me help. I remember him saying this once, that him will help. So there's so much that him can do. So him produce a song or him do a collaboration with them. But if they not have the fortitude, the drive, the charisma, the energy to follow up now with the fact say, yes, you do the song. Follow up with the fact say the opportunity open up, and run with it. It now go happen. Him say me have no control over that.
That's true, man.
You understand me? So that has been, some of the issues.
Right back to the very old saying, you can lead a donkey to the water, but you can't make him drink.
Exactly.
You know what I say?
Exactly. You know what I say?
Real
so, you just continue doing your work, man, and just don't worry.
But it also brings us to where you actually have ended up to this day when you're there, where sometimes if you want something done, you have to do it yourself. If you get the message, I mean, like sometimes it's and
that is so fundamental, like in itself. So it's I got fed up with what was going on with the artists, them, the resources when I put out. Then now listen, you have a set of artists where you are do the spending on them, do all of the talking and the instructions I give you, And you try to get and you say to them, say, listen, you will do it this way, and it not working. And then and you get frustrated. And we decide now so to do a song myself.
Wow.
So when we do it, the attention and resources that came in was more than when we do for an entire artist when we did already spend a whole heap of money upon them. You know me, I say, wait. So management say, that we've been telling you the whole time. The whole time when I go up at the labels them with the artists, them I say, meet a new artist here. And the people them will call me one away and say, Chris, your energy and your vibe when you walk in our building is so electrifying. You ever think of being an artist? I say, somebody give them the radio voice, I say, you know how it is, man. I'm just doing my thing.
Barry G.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I can give them it and them say, there it is again. There it is again. And it's like, I've been hearing it the whole time and I ignore it. I didn't know how to interpret it. That today I'm on a platform and can say, from out of Spanish Town, Israel may come from the other day.
See it there?
You ever drive down one street and you hear somebody say, Chris, over there said Jonah spit out the wheel spit out Jonah.
Crazy.
We drive down the street and you see that hill there? Yeah. Them call it the Jonah Hill. Why? Over there said the wheel spit out Jonah.
Even in the midst of you being so in tune with Wagwan, as far as, like I said, from a very early age, you align yourself with the right people. You were born into, and you inherited what you had honestly. And even outside of, your music, your verse within the music, you're equally as in tune as what goes on in society. You know what I mean? You speak on a lot of social issues, within your music, and you try to address them through your music. What is the reason for that?
It is best described as just straight up growth, enlightenment along your journey, the suffering where you go through, and you realize you have to process and think things differently. You're not hot-head anymore. You start to accept to yourself, say, there's a different way, and in seeing the different way, and you come to terms with the different way, and you're doing music, the track, you're supposed to know this. I mean, the track talk to you and say, this a way. I never really truly pick a track, It's a track, the track pick me.
Right.
You understand me? And certain tracks tell me, this is controversial with me too, where people will say, oh, you do them derogatory songs, or so, like, I might do a raunchy, song. We just recent release, which is today. As a matter of fact, there's a release today, right? And them say a bad man song or gunman lyrics or whatever, but they're I have to Shabaran said it best. Dirty reality.
Of course.
You understand me? Because you don't know a next man experience.
Exactly.
So when I talk, or in my music, when I deliver the things in my music, is based on my experience then. Everything are things that I got through.
Right.
You understand me? I'm going through sometimes is either a person where we're close to you, we're giant that too. You understand me? So if you tell me about a situation that went on, right, with you, it becomes a part of my experience because you shared it with me. And in sharing that with me, I may be able, we have the talent to put it into song, how we're going to do it, and how it's going to deliver out there. You know me, I say?
I like to tell people that I think us as a human race, and matter about wherever your background, wherever you come from, wherever you're born, skin color, denomination, wherever, we are all like we bear some form of responsibility, and we have some significance in each other's existence, if you get what me I said.
Right, yeah.
So
yeah.
there can be something that can take place which part you never go, but you still have some type of bearing on what transpired by the way you approach a certain situation. Somebody once told me that you can have a lasting effect on somebody's life who isn't even born yet by the way you go about a certain situation.
Yes.
So
yes.
Which brings me to the reason why I pose that particular question is that you have a lot of people who them draw a hard line when them see like certain things will take place in Jamaica, like this whole rape culture where them have, where you will have big man, a little girl, or even mother in such desolate situation where them actually all half of them little girl to some big man, or even the law will basically state that the age of consent is 16 years old and things of that nature. You know what I say? And we will stay from which part we there and say, them boy, they for dead, because them a pull around some little girl and them for chop up that and kill that. But somehow where we have all our brethren, we sit on right side of where we are called to be a little pitney and never say nothing to him. You see me? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I move derogatory towards woman or wherever when obviously him have a mother, him have a sister, him have a auntie, him have a granny, You
Right.
know? So, you know, one particular thing that came to mind was a song that you did, No Means No. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And without even knowing you, the message that I get from that song is basically what I'm trying to articulate right now. You know what I mean? So you
Yes.
can correct me if I'm wrong and give me a little bit of history behind that, because I want to drop it in another segment of you people.
No means no. What is actually was invoked and inspired by that killing of that young lady with what's his name? Kaylin? That's her name? That
You know the one at Jamaica,
where the guy claims say
the brother that carry a guy work a man in time, and you know
exactly.
exactly that.
Yeah, that energy there, right? It came from that. There was during that period a bombardment, right, of aggressiveness towards the woman. I'm not gonna be honest, they're not gonna hate me for what me about to say right now. You see, as you say, you're about to drop it, but let's keep it real. Right, cause I don't only way me know that's a part of my enlightenment. We're being hypocrites out of Jamaica as it pertains to the culture. The culture cause we to behave like this.
Of course.
The culture tell all our man say we so tough and we so hard and a man at this and that if you're not fix a certain way, and
exactly
a long time we are grow up and a long time we are grow say, oh, girl forget kicking her body if you violate, tell me I'm lying.
No man, me hear man.
We don't know that out there. Hey, girl forget boxing her face.
Me man tell me say already say if you not beat your woman, she not love you.
Me hear the argument there too. Me hear the argument. Me go through the argument there too. And I want to say something to me actually live the life too. Me are one of the idiot them with the fees so too. You understand me? But you will be surprised the wonders that can happen when you sit down in a jail a couple nights and see.
change your thought process really.
It kind of change your perspective on things. You understand me?
Exactly.
Yeah. Let me get personal on that for a second. The time when me go to jail, for the same type of behavior and attitude there, you know, me never do nothing.
Wow.
I was innocent. But my partner felt I was going to act like that because of the regular norm. So when the police were called in and they said, me actually liquor or armor or whatever, me did I say, oh, comes and you know me I say. So I know in the cell I say, why she wicked? Come man in here and rah, and then our energy come down and said to me, how much time you do it and you never go to jail?
Exactly.
How much time you violate this lady?
Exactly.
And then me pray the thing. I'm going to go before the judge, and just say, guilty. You know, go to the judge and say, yeah, man, guilty. Then you're not going to contest it. No. And I don't know if it was an act of fate or, you know, as you say, how the universe works. But it turned out now that the same person just come and drop the charges. And you understand me?
Yeah, man, really talk, man.
So that mean, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that call it evolution. I evolve from that now. I understand it now. You understand me? Do songs like Walk Away. You know me, I say, I have a song named Walk Away, like just, you know, even if you come home, say if you come home and you find a man there working, leave it. You know me, I say, you just leave it alone. You understand me? And these songs, no, she have the right to say no. It is powerful along that line to send a message. I just released it, so here's the plug for that. We just released a reading driven project, Outfit Records / Iowa Music, right? The Space Them Rhythm. So the Space Them Rhythm that is out there, gonna go and lock it in, and you know we have a lot of stars on it. Ari Toddler, Beanie Man, and you know what I say, General B and Lexus and all of that. Myself is on it. Many artists, right? You know, Rod Pinup, Banging, you know, they all are part of the project. So this song that I did, and I want to tell you, originally it was another song that was done, and I didn't like the mix.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when they send it back to me to redo it, then I feel another energy. I end up doing this one, in which we end up shooting the video. You're right to say no. Check it out.
So I need paper today. What? Again? Them kill our next woman? This violence against women need to stop. We need to call them girl. This can't real.
We and them can't be no friends. We and them can't be no friends. You know who the say I the CEO. Me have something to say to all of them and we are going like fool. Stop kill off the woman them because
Yeah, to get the track the voice secretary to the wall.
What? Again? Them kill our next woman? This violence against women need to stop. We need to call them girl. This can't real.
we and them can't be no friends. We and them can't be no friends. You know who the say I the CEO. Me have something to say to all of them and we are going like fool. Stop kill off the woman them because they're not in a done with you. She have a right to say no. 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 I want some boy out there. People who only you know me not go itch. I rape off the woman them. Now she boy, you fi end up in a ditch. She have the right to say no, cause she in her own skin. What the hell you thinking? Are you that stupid? Okay, we love she have a right to say no. She has that right. She have a right to say no. She has that right. She have a right to say no. She has that right. She have a right to say no. She has that right. Send for the young man news for them. Send for the young man news for them. We and them can't be no friend. Send for the young man news for them. Me why you check out me younger inna this a song ya. This girl could be me daughter. Forget police, forget the media. If me hold you first, you know what? She have a right to say no. 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 We have something to say to all of the man we are going like fool. Stop rip off the woman them cause them ain't nothing with you. Okay. She have a right to say no. 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 Send for the young man news for them. Send for the young man news for them. We and them can't be no friend. Send for the young man news for them. She have a right to say no. 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 To survivors in these situations, I say continuously be strong. And to those who have lost a loved one, condolences.
Yeah, man. Very, 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 very profound message and you know, right on point and definitely needed. You know,
Yes.
definitely needed. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it speaks right to the core. You know, it's like me tell people, brother, I'm gonna continue to say so. I know me up on a spiritual journey. I mean, hearing a song like this confirms that, because outside of what I do, I usually do like news stories, and obviously that was one of the bigger stories in the news, that particular story, you know what I mean? And just, you know, it overall, you know, all over the world, not even just Jamaica alone, you know what I mean? But that particular story captured every headline for months, you know, and it was one of the biggest stories that I had put on my page. So that's one part of the confirmation. The second part of the confirmation is that the very first time me ever hear the rhythm there, a General B did feature a song on it. And see it, you know, it come full circle. That's and you are the man behind the song. Come here and say, yo, that one bad from the 90s. And come here and say, well,
right.
And then check up out it forward on the platform and him come with theme piece and see it, you know.
Yes, full circle. It's coming on.
Even outside of the message, me can't get beyond the fact that, you know, all of these forces have aligned and you know what I mean, all the stars have aligned and the thing come full circle and it just let me know, say, yeah, we're on the right track. With the day when Nado call me on the phone with you, brother. You don't believe, say, to show you how the universe work. You have a brother with up on the live right now. Big up Shiftacular music. I'm big up Zoni. Anyway, you're there.
Shiftacular, big up yourself. Tornado, big up yourself.
Exactly. Respect. But these are people these are artists that champion for this platform. And it's like, due to the fact that you in the midst of wherever you there do, you probably not even make the connection, but even before Nada call me with you, shifted him and say, yo, you know, somebody tell a brother named Chris about the platform.
Wow.
You see me, sir, brother?
Wow.
All the thing just come full circle.
Wow.
And then when Nada goes to Ray and make the link now, the very next day, me see banging, I promote one song with you and him on it. And I say, well, man. No, man, this is just too much. It's just too much.
Yeah.
A little platform like this and attract all of these, you know what I mean, energy from all sides, all about, brother. And every single person with me have on a platform here have that type of connection there, whether directly or indirectly.
You know, as I hear your vibe and you share with us also your experiences, you keep making a mistake, you know. I mean, I know me want to correct you on your platform, you know. They're the only, because me life change, me break the rules, you know, me are the CEO. So, you keep on, I said, little platform.
Yeah.
Not in our book, all right?
Yeah. All right.
Not in our book. All right. As far as me concerned, I don't see the difference between me, right, as being here with you now and with BT.
Right.
You understand me?
Right.
You are providing a platform for us, giving us an opportunity. And let me tell you, some being behind the scenes, you know, valuable that is. Sometimes it help you, not even today, but tomorrow.
Right.
When people are doing researches and stuff like that, and then bring, you know, and they Google, they search you, stuff like that, to try to get information. Sometimes you can submit the interview where you have to somebody else in procuring another interview.
Right.
You understand me? You think big, overall settings. You understand me? Want everybody lock in and always stay tuned.
Heart of love, man. Heart of love.
The thing up.
Heart of love for that, man. Heart of love for that. You know what I mean? And like Mr. Brother, me pull out stops for everybody. You know what I mean? To me, nobody not bigger than nobody. You know what I mean? Comparison is the thief of joy. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we all have our respective contributions to this industry. You know what I mean? Some go
lyrical, big up.
Right. Some go unnoticed. You know what I mean? You know, and it might be as a result of sometimes our own humility and our inability to kind of, you know, speak up, you know what I mean, or whatever, because sometimes you get overcome and by just the love of music and just actually being there, and you get caught up in the moment. You know, man, it's just like you know, when Bobby did provide a service for you know what I mean, and a lot of times it probably not even him say, all right, yo, word it as such. But, you know, through it done, go through the gate already. You know what I mean? It's like you were still confident and happy for just being there. You could have raised Cain from right. Oh, what do you mean? The three of them and we there perform and you could have done all of that, you know what I mean? But who's to tell if you did react another manner there, them time there, you probably wouldn't even be here today.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. You know what I say? I take all of them and each disappointment wasn't a disappointment to deter me. It was an action for me to improve on something I was short of. Right. It was something for me to look into myself, right. and just try to improve on what I just did a song recently, and I got a critique. A guy, I don't know, maybe him right to himself. Everybody else say otherwise, but him say the song a garbage. I thought it was a real harsh word that he used, but me never take offense to it. I was trying to find out why Milan said that, what is it in my ear, and based on his theme track record, you get what I'm saying? So I couldn't ignore it either. You understand me? So it's that's my approach to it. You get me? How we approach it, because me not critique nobody without giving a suggestion. I just don't do it. It maybe give my idea. You understand me? I remember me I talk with you and you didn't give you an idea. You just said to me, so well, it's the first me I hear it still. You understand me? And it's still in my head, say me I can talk about it. You get what me I say? Because when I said that, did I come with an answer? It bothered me because that's my training. You understand me? So when you critique a thing, because we're supposed to be producers, not reducers. We not reduce nobody career. You understand me? And we have to promote a positive energy in our
and then I would be a fool to have come as far as I've come in this business and have done what I have done in this business and not get beyond a certain point and not at least consider to try something different. You understand what I say? You know what I mean? Who am I to say, we are talking about a reality when I've never tried it before? Right, and that could just be the missing link to everything that I've done thus far, because the groundwork has definitely been laid already.
Exactly. If everything is perfect and the only thing was to be changed is the shirt, why not just change the shirt?
Exactly.
Just change. Exactly. We get into it with an artist last night. I'm giving him an opportunity to be on a project that is slated to be a major. We have some major names that is going to be on it, right? Him not have no song out. You understand me?
Yeah.
Officially, you can't find him on Spotify nowhere. I'm gonna ask him to change one lick or something on the song. Him rather have a debate with me to tell me how wrong I am and all of that. So me ask myself, so me did I pray the thing and me said to myself, say, what is more interesting to him? Being right now, or is it getting the song out and knowing that you're working with some people that is willing to invest in you? You have to see the bigger picture sometime.
That's true, man.
So it was a sorry and stressful. It was an uncomfortable session last night as it pertains to that person. And I hope that them hearing what me I say right now. You know me I say? Because me know the position with me, and in life you have to address yourself and say, whose position me there right now? You understand me? When me realize, say, well, me have to just check overall setting to get over to the other side. Me have to come with a different demeanor, posture, presentation.
Yeah, man, real talk, man.
And so life stay.
And what some artists, as they venture further into, because obviously this artist, if he doesn't have anything out right now, he has to be relatively new to what he's doing. What you'll learn to understand, whether it be the hard way, or just a lot of times the songs are the format of the songs are the way you deliver the song is not always your way. It's not going to make the song effective.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it can be even if you're a cover artist and you don't like the particular song that you're being given to sing, you can ask Maxi Priest about it. You can ask a lot of different artists about it. Some of their biggest songs are songs that they would probably chosen not to sing.
Not to do. Artists will tell you, majority of artists said this the biggest song with them have is even all a song with them never like.
Exactly.
It's even the song with them never like. Because when we get to understand is that sometimes we get into the zone creating music for ourselves when it's really for the people.
Exactly.
And sometimes the song we put out is at a period of time that it affects the people, a majority at that time of the people where maybe I feel a thing there. Me put out right to say no. And it's not getting the response when me believe it wouldn't get.
Well,
because
in that aspect,
late,
in that aspect, I'm gonna tell you this, man. And you know this too from a CEO standpoint. You know what I mean? It's like medicine. So you have to take it to make you feel better, But at the end of the day, all if you do take it, you take it with some, or you literally don't want to take it.
Yeah.
It is what's needed. The message in it is what's needed. But the average person rather not hear it. If you did not say, take off a girl clothes and walk a girl and ray and tear, then you probably not get the response where a song like this supposed to get.
All right. For example, the song when we release now with me and Mr. Bangin. You understand me? So we are talking about street life now. And me I hear now our interviews is being set up right after you have another interview for do. You understand me? And it seems to be garnered because me I do a song like that. So me say then well, me never get the interview when we do Mama Love. Walk away. Right to say no. You understand?
Brother, I'm going to tell you this, man. I'm going to explain to people, even when them question how you could have do a song like that and then turn around and do Mama Love and then turn around and do a song like this. We're human. And one of the greatest things with music for me and artists, true, real artists, because you have people who are born to do things and you have people who are born to do things. Right, you see the people them were born for do things. When them tell us that them a bad man on a record, you gonna believe them.
Yeah.
When them sad on a record, you could have to draw for your box of tissue.
Yes.
When them begs, it go transcend through the music. If you get me, I say.
What is the burden that is placed on an artist that deal with vocals in comparison to an actor? The actor, we have to watch to be convinced. We have to watch the actor get in his zone to be convinced. And the one who can convince the most, we say, well, he's a bad actor. Because we really believe, say, Rambo go down to the town and just decimate our whole entire village. Him one. You get what I say? So it's unbelievable. When we are doing the music, and the burden they fall on us. Where we are say how convincing it is. Can the people don't need to listen? And when you say I love you, do they believe you? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us, including myself, need further development, as we move to tighten up our craft and but you can't get thin skin when somebody critique you. That no, you have to look into it and make yourself better. You understand me? Pico, I need to say this to you, I was surprised when I hear your music. I was super surprised when I hear your music. I say, no, them other people, no man, we have to work, Fico.
It's a given. That's why like I said, this journey that I'm on, was made for us to align and collaborate and do whatever needs to be done, in order to not only further and broaden my horizons, but yours as well. Because I'm the type of person where I always want to bring something to the table as well.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So if me when me a forward come and you cook out, you know what I mean? Me I go walk with something. You know, me I say, me not come with big giant and no more Guinness not there, no more this, and I mean that. You know, me I walk with something and me I go bring it to the table and that's how I've always been. That's my approach to every aspect of life. You know, me I say, so you know what I mean? Like I'm open to that. I also produce, I also have a label, you know what I mean? So these are things that we discussed and, we definitely need, if we do a collaboration at some point, if it's not us physically, you know what I mean, on the same track, us focusing our energy and our expertise and producing something that we know the public will definitely gravitate to. And with your history and my history, I'm pretty sure that we can formulate
combine rich.
Yeah,
rich.
like
Right,
that would be effortless. Because we have people like Nado, we have people like Bangin, we have people like Rad Pitt, we have people
the outfit boss,
exactly.
Himself,
It's just no limit to what we can do once we put our head together from a creative standpoint.
Right.
You know what I say? Before coming know you have another place for go. I just want to ask you another thing. As far as the CEO, Monica, I noticed that you have found a way to kind of incorporate the two. But how difficult is it to revert back and forth between the two roles? Or are you always, when you're the CEO or playing the role of a CEO, are you still in an artist mindset, or do you kind of like transition back and forth?
I do transition. I do transition at time. As you asked that question, management is staring at me because it's her wish that I do often be in artist mode. And let the others and herself and Anne Marie they run the company, But because of my knowledge and the complication with the business itself, I get drawn in to rectify an issue or so we end up going back and forth, in doing interviews often because of the whole CEO section or the business part of it, they end up asking questions again instead of staying an artist and just talk to me as an artist. They want to know about the Shaggy song when we produce, or the Beanie Man song when we produce, or you understand me? Or so we still end up going there. But I think it's a beautiful balance. You know what I say? I'm not meeting any complications, so to speak. Although I'm kind of I'm charge more still, get the. Yeah, get the super producer and the artist. So we have to work on that. To all the promoters, just talk to management and then we work on that thing. But otherwise from that, but as we say, the transition is a good. I am still working on the kinks on that.
Right.
But if I continuously have interviews like the one I'm having here with you, with the way how you articulate yourself, and the reasoning to make us feel comfortable on the other side. You know what I say? It will come out effortlessly.
Right.
You know what I say? And we'll just roll with the vibe and what is to come, The business side of it of course is very important. COVID coming now with the shows and stuff like that. We have to find different ways to monetize, how to get your earnings, how to get your popularity, hit the internet, you know what I'm saying? So and stuff like that. I try to look at things that are real and tangible, that make sense. You understand me? Over hype. So that has been my endeavor. And anybody that is a part of my team, I'm working on in Jamaica with Sonic Links production, JFK Productions. Outfit Records. I've been partnering with them on some projects to come. Me and the Outfit boss, Shaka Paul, is coming out with us a phenomenal song coming that is being sorted out soon. Just did the song now, just released today with Mr. Bangin. You know, I said go online and check it out and stuff like that. You get me? G Mafia that is in the UK. I just did a collaboration with them. And I have another collaboration coming up now with Tornado. I have to get him in the studio.
Neither.
You know me I say? So you know what I say? So
yeah.
Thing growing, and there's some other names now. You see them name there now. Me not even want name drop on that. When it finish up, then, let it happen. But we're constantly working, constantly. You ever been in a stage yet where you hear somebody sing a song and a rhythm and it just sounds so familiar that the song, but really because you have a song and a rhythm and you not even remember.
Exactly.
Because there's so much work that you have out there.
Yeah, man.
All right. So you know it's hectic now, right?
Yeah, man.
When,
No,
when you see that happen, you know what I say? Right. Totally. So I see that start happening to me now. Banging send me a song on the rhythm and me I said the song bad still, you know, but this a fun. I said, wait, and I said to myself, but no phone no one rhythm
Wow.
So much work.
Wow.
Work upon work, you know what I say? Right. So as I said, we stay focused on do what we have to do.
I mean, at the side there, you know, I mean, you know, like I said, we're in that hat, you know, the CEO hat, literally and figuratively. You know what I'm saying? You know, you articulate yourself so well. I mean, we've had conversations on and off the air. This one is no different. You know what I mean? People, he's exactly who he says he is behind the scenes and in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? You know, the accolades are there for everybody to see.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? You know,
it's Googleable.
Yeah, exactly. You know
right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Verified everywhere. Pandora, everywhere.
Right. So
Google,
we can't question it in that era there. Where the world would definitely be truly glad to see that you stepped outside of your comfort zone as far as the executive standpoint and have ventured off into another branch of your existence, you know what I mean, which, you know, is so far, you know, thus far, everything I've heard has definitely been effective and, you know, has moved me in a way where I say, yeah, the brother, you're serious. You know what I say? You know what I mean? And I like say, you're just a try thing. You know what I say? Like, you're definitely serious about what you do, focus, you know what I mean? And at the rate where you drop tune, you know what I mean? Like, what a lot of people feel to understand is that, yeah, quality is definitely the key element. But to be able to maintain a level of quality and match that with quantity as well, you know what I mean? And then on top of that, offset that with having the ability to release music for other people, you always can feed your family, brother. You know what I'm saying? And others will be able to feed their family by being affiliated with you, which speaks volumes in this business. You know what I'm saying? And for you to be able to maintain it for as long as you have, you know, hats off to daddy, where it started from, and God up above even before him, where instilled that in him and you know, and I mean it's you know, I'm in the presence of greatness, and you know, I can't wait to work with you, brother. You know, man.
Likewise here, man. Mutual respect and honor towards the eye too. It's but here we're manifest it now to by this. What we're doing is us doing something now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You understand me? Because the platform that has been presented to me. You know what I'm saying? Being fortunate to do this, and we're gonna do the other works them out there, distribution, record. We're gonna do the other things.
And normally, like me say, people, I'm gonna tell you again, my work third shift, me just forwarding, near seat there, me interview the person, the man, the CEO himself. It's
shifty.
Me have a little mishap yesterday, but at the end of the day, we're still there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the devil go back with fire that can't stop with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? At the end of
Show
the day,
must go on.
yeah, man, we are gonna continue to put forth the effort. You know what I mean? So tell the people that must part them can't find the music, them and them thing that.
I mean, I'm available. I'm online. I'm visible online on any platform, musical platforms. If we're talking about Instagram, you know, it's Chris Thomas, the CEO. Just put Chris Thomas, CEO, right across the board. You know, on all the platforms, and pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be hashtagging or a at before it. Twitter is Chris Thomas, CEO. Viva. We just open up the Viva page. So sometimes if you go online and you see the numbers, then it's because these accounts, original accounts, were closed down and we are revamped as we learn and about the new things and how to get things done the right way. You understand me? We had to redo the thing. You understand me? In doing that now, we are trying to get back the fan base thing because we did do it the wrong way. You understand me? So we need to build up back. So, you know, if you're not true to the thing and then I want to show the support of what we're doing and, you know, please be a part of the movement. You know what I mean? I said Chris Thomas, the CEO. All right? Go check me out. All right?
Yeah, man. So big respect in every aspect, brother.
Thank you,
definitely are going to link on the other side. You already know all the thing go overall settings, the podcast that differs. Chris Thomas, the CEO. Look out for that new song we just dropped today. With
Move Like Us.
Singing, Move Like Us. More material coming. You don't know the space. With the space them rhythm, you know what I mean, already out on the market, and several other, you know, entries from this gentleman. You know what I mean? IWAD. It was all a dream.
It was all a dream. IWAAD. It was all a
dream.
That's it. That's it.
And I understand.
And what did Martin Luther? I had a dream. One day that black men and black women would walk one day.
Exactly. So you don't know I'm gonna try to catch little piece of rest. But in the meantime, I'm going to left for them with that one. Yo, big up Father Chris Thomas, like me say, we are going to link up on the other side. Hold on. Not Father Chris Thomas, because you're only Father Chris Thomas out there. Chris Thomas, the CEO. Let me get it right. Bless up your damn inside, brother. And you done with chefs.
One love.
I'm used to hearing it's a matter of time before anything I'm up before it's sure to be mine. And I do believe it and know I get to receive it as I keep these words in my mind each and every time. Just prepare for it. Just prepare for it. Who knows it could happen tonight and it could happen to knows. But who really knows? Who knows? But who really knows? Death sneaks upon you like a thief in the night. Since we're not sure if it's a robber, we gotta live right, though we might get distracted by the things that are sight. We can't go blindly when we enter the light. Before we enter the light, just prepare for it. Just prepare for it. Who knows it could happen tonight and it could happen to knows. But who really knows? Who does?